The Seventh Tower by Garth Nix. Book 3. Einar. Chapter 26. The storm shepherds dropped them into the middle of the stone circle, then both shot back up into the sky. They had to get above the approaching waspworms to use their lightning. Tal and Mila laid the codex down. Mila was about to draw her sword and rush to the circle's edge, but Tal stopped her. "No," he said. "Lie down next to the codex and put your sunstone on your chest. I'll speak the way to the castle. You need to repeat it in your head and concentrate on the colors." "No," said Mila. "I won't leave, even you, here to fight alone." "I'll leave too," said Tal. "But you have to go first. You don't know the way." Thunder boomed above them and lightning lit up the sky. Tal and Mila looked across and saw the waspworms break formation and momentarily circle back as Audris and Adris shot lightning bolts down at them. "The codex has to get back," shouted Tal above the thunder. "It's the only way to find Gref. Ebbet will know what to do with it." "I cannot leave a comrade in battle," yelled Mila. "It's not a battle," shrieked Tal. He racked his brain, trying to think of something that would influence her, and babbled, "Please, Mila, you have to go first. Think of your clan. They need the sunstone. Gref, Ebbet, my people need the codex. Whatever's going on, it'll be bad for the Icecarls too. One of us has to get back." Whatever Tal had said, it worked. Mila nodded decisively and lay down next to the codex. She put her left hand flat upon it and held her sunstone on her chest. Tal took a swift look back at the approaching enemy, then bent down next to Mila. He raised his own sunstone and began to speak the way to the castle. Mila concentrated on his words, shutting out the crash of thunder and the distant roars and cries of their pursuers. She saw a color spring out of her sunstone and wash back over her face. As in her last crossing, the colors provoked different sensations on her skin. Tal's face faded as the colors spread, and the sky changed color. But before the sky blurred away entirely, Mila heard Audris cry out, behind the words that Tal spoke. "Adris, I'm going!" The storm shepherd dropped faster than a stone, reaching out one cloudy hand. Mila felt it touch her just as all the colors flashed brighter and became a rainbow. Mila blinked and was gone. Tal stood up. Mila and the codex had vanished, sent back to the castle, back to the dark world. Audris had gone with them. Adris was still there, frantically flinging lightning bolts at the waspworms. But while the storm shepherd was keeping the flying creatures back, the other creatures were already halfway down the other hill. Tal felt an almost overwhelming desire to run. There were scores of terrible creatures charging at him. They would be all over the stone circle in a minute or even less. If he lay down and tried to transfer himself to the dark world, they might get him before the spell was complete. But they'd get him for sure if he ran. "Adris!" Tal shouted, even as he threw himself down. "Come as low as you can!" He was shivering, Tal discovered, his hand unable to stay still on his chest. He stared at the sunstone on his finger, but didn't even try to take it off. He knew he'd drop it if he did. He immediately started reciting the way to the castle. Red light spilled out of his sunstone as he spoke the words, the light flowing like water across his chest and down toward his legs. The thunder stopped, and now Tal could hear howls and shrieks and screeches that made his heart pound faster than he thought humanly possible. All his aches and pains were forgotten. Every tiny part of his mind was focused on his sunstone and on the way. Tal spoke even faster, adding the other colors. He'd never spoken the incantation so quickly. He was afraid that he'd garble the words and end up who knew where. But he was more afraid of the creatures that were probably almost upon his defenseless body. The rainbow started to form. Through the fuzziness of it, Tal could see Adris diving down to him, one arm outstretched. They couldn't cross until the storm shepherd touched him, as Adris had Tal's shadow. It was an anchor keeping him in Einar. As he saw the blurred shape of Adris swooping down, Tal saw a normal-sized waspworm fly in. Storm shepherd and monster met directly above his body. Adris reached down to touch Tal with one hand and bashed the waspworm with the other. At the same time, the waspworm jetted acid down from its sting. Rainbow light flashed. Tal and Adris disappeared.